So good morning friends, welcome to Raj Malhotra IAS. So guys, here we are about to start. So the PDF for today's session has already been uploaded. PDF has been uploaded. You can download the PDF from our Telegram group. चलिए, let's start. Anshul, Suvin, Chetu, Yamandeep, Pranjal, good morning. Let's see what exactly is there for us in today's newspaper. So let's first look into the words by Albert Einstein. He's saying that try not to become man of success, but rather try to become man of a value. Try not to become a man of success, rather try to become a man of value. See, the point is this: if you are following values in your life, if you are a value laden person, definitely you will achieve the success. Success तो आएगी ही आएगी. But if you just focus on success without looking into the path, without looking into the methods that you are going to follow, the success will be temporary. That success is going to have less shelf life. And it is going to evaporate after a certain time. तो आपको देखने को मिलेगा कि आपकी सक्सेस एक टाइम के बाद इवेपोरेट हो गई. So if you want consistency, if you want that success should prolong in your life, it should be value laden. This is what Albert Einstein is saying. Another point is this: what's the meaning of success to you? If you are defining success just to your selfish, you can say, desires, then also it is not success. तब भी हम उसे success नहीं बोलेंगे. We have to be a value laden person so that we can not just talk about our own growth. You have to focus on growth of humanity as well. Now if you have this goal in your mind, that is whatever effort that you will be putting in, it will be for the larger benefit of the society, automatically you will correct your behavior. Your outlook, it will be broadened. This is what we want from you. This is what is expected from you. So that's why Albert Einstein is saying that try not to become a man of success, rather try to become a man of value. That's the point here. So let's start this session here. Let's see what exactly is there for us in today's newspaper. Okay. So as you can see on the screen, 90 drown in Gujarat river as suspension bridge collapsed. Okay. So as per the data that is available in the morning, 141 people have died. Some of them are still missing. The numbers can go up to 200. Okay. And the point is this is not the first time these type of things are happening in this country. This shows the carelessness of the system that we are having. कि system कितना careless है. That system is not empathetic about the lives of people. People are losing their life. Whose fault are you going to, you can say, mention here? किसका fault है यहाँ पे? And this is not the first time it is happening in this country due to, you can say, overcrowding. Things had happened in the past as well. तो पहली बार ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ पे. So let's look into this, what exactly has happened. Okay, so that's the point here. This particular bridge, it was located on Machu river. तो ये मच्छू रिवर के ऊपर जो है यहाँ पे located था, and people they were gathering on Sunday. Okay, Sunday था यहाँ पे, and they were celebrating Sunday weekend. सब लोग celebrate कर रहे थे, and this is what has happened. Now the point is this: this Machu river, it originates in Western Ghat. Okay, and it is a desert river. Desert river means that this is the inland drainage basin which flows for some distance and then are lost in the desert. थोड़े टाइम में ये रिवर बनेगी, उसके बाद ये वहीं पे ही लैंड के अंदर ही डिस्पोज हो जाएगी. इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू एंटर द सी. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. So this is the valuable information that we have. As you can see here, it is rising. Okay, this is the path that this river is following here. So इस तरीके से ये river है यहाँ पे, and it is just ending here, and this is the dam that has been constructed. Okay, so that's the point here. So we have to be very careful about these things, and this is the prelim centric information that you can definitely note it down. आप अपने एग्जाम के लिए नोट डाउन कर सकते हो. सो देयर वाज अनदर न्यूज रिलेटेड टू द डिमांड ग्रोज बट डीएनए टेस्ट फॉल अंडर अ ग्रे एरिया. डिमांड ग्रोज बट डीएनए टेस्ट दे फॉल अंडर अ ग्रे एरिया. व्हाट्स द बेसिक डिबेट इज अबाउट? सो बेसिकली ओवर द टाइम वी नो दैट स्पेसिफिकली टू इम्प्रूव द क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम, ओके, आपको क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम को इम्प्रूव करना है. द मेजर पॉइंट इज दिस: we have to incorporate technology, and DNA matching is one of the technology. Okay, DNA matching, it is used as a, you can say, proof of evidence. कई जगहों पे evidence के अंदर इसे use भी किया जाता है. Okay, this is how things are done. Now over the time, just to have a quick, you can say, judgment, the demand for DNA mapping and all these things are increasing. But there are some gray areas. Those gray areas are related to the right to privacy of a person, that you cannot force someone into self incrimination. आप किसी को self incrimination के लिए force नहीं कर सकते हो, and it is an encroachment on individual's privacy as well. This is also what is not desirable, but court is raising some concerns about it. Okay, some concerns are being raised, but आज की डेट में काफ़ी ये popular use हो रहा है, because it is going to give you quick solution. Immediately you will be able to establish who is behind this particular act. भी कौन है इसके पीछे, आप immediately पता लगा सकते हो. But definitely error can be there. Okay, it is not fool proof. Error हो सकता है यहाँ पे. Suppose take this as an example. Now I am present in this room. This is the studio. So my DNA sample might be located in this room here. Okay, I'll move out, and after I move out, something happens in this room. कुछ ऐसा हो जाए, police is going to come, they are going to collect the DNA samples, and my DNA sample will be available in this room. But I didn't do anything, I was not present at that time. This is how it is. It is not foolproof at all. And other point is this: police will force me to give my samples for DNA mapping. Now even if I don't desire to give my sample on my own, but they will definitely get it with the court approval and all. Court approval से वो लोग ले लेंगे यहाँ पे. Okay, this is how it is. That's why it is being said that there are some concerns regarding self incrimination as well as the encroachment on the individual's privacy. तो वो चीज़ है यहाँ पे, ये डिबेट है कि क्या हम वाकई डीएनए मैपिंग को यूज़ कर सकते हैं. बट इट्स अ वेरी हेफ्टी, यू कैन से, वे ऑफ कमिंग आउट विद द जजमेंट्स. ओके, काफ़ी इफेक्टिव है और जल्दी से आप जो है प्रूफ लेके आ सकते हो. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. ओके, सो लेट्स मूव टू दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट, द एक्स्ट्रा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल डिल्यूजन ऑफ राज भवन. सो अगेन द ऑफिस ऑफ गवर्नर इज इन न्यूज, एंड प्राइमरीली दिस टाइम it is the governor of Kerala, because he has stated few things which was not required and which should not have been said by the governor of the Kerala. Now the point is this: if you go by the constitutional scheme, the cabinet in the state machinery, it functions as per the pleasure of the governor. But there are other provisions as well, that pleasure doesn't mean that governor can dismiss the cabinet. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Okay, this is what has been discussed in this editorial. So the Kerala governor comes out with the tweet saying that the finance minister is not functioning as per his desires, and he stated that he is going to withdraw the pleasure to the finance minister of Kerala, and he has written this to the CM of Kerala as well. अब ये चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब को भी लिख के भेज दिया गवर्नर जी ने कि that okay, I am not having, you can say, faith on the finance minister of your government, so do something. Now the point is this: is he entitled to do that? Seriously, क्या वो ऐसा कर सकते हैं? These are his point of view. His point of views are one thing. He has just mentioned it to the chief minister, but he cannot dismiss the finance minister without the approval, without the advice given by the chief minister and the cabinet itself. अगर कैबिनेट बोलता है, काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर बोलता है या चीफ मिनिस्टर बोलते हैं, देन ही कैन डेफिनेटली डिसमिस द फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर, बट एज पर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल स्कीम ही कैन नॉट. So here are some of the things that as per article 164(1), now you will be noting down these articles, because if there is a debate related to this topic, you will be mentioning about these articles in your answer. तो ये थोड़ा factual अपने आंसर को बनाना पड़ता है, it brings, you can say, objectivity. Okay, so here we have article 164(1) of the constitution, which says that the minister shall hold office during the pleasure of the governor. So it has been written in your constitution, minister shall hold, you can say, office on the pleasure of the governor. Now here the governor has sent a letter to the chief minister that okay, that your finance minister ceased to enjoy my pleasure, I am, you can say, withdrawing my pleasure, but chief minister is declining to do anything on that. Now as per article 163(1), council of minister must aid and advise the governor, but the governor does also have some discretionary power. As per article 163(2), governor can act in his discretion in certain matters as permitted by the constitution. Generally when we talk about equation between the cabinet, the council of minister and the governor, governor is generally bound by the cabinet decision, except when he has a legitimate right to invoke his discretion. That's the problematic part. Now this has not been defined in which particular area he is going to have a legitimate right to invoke the discretion. ये clarity के साथ mention नहीं है, ये provision तो इसमें डाला है यहाँ पे. Okay, but generally it is said that in cases like sanctioning the to prosecute a cabinet minister or his decision as administrator of UT, he can exercise his discretion. Now here prosecution means what? Prosecution doesn't mean that he can dismiss a minister. He is just pointing out his views about the finance minister of Kerala. उतना ही वो कर सकते हैं, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं. That's the point here. Okay, and this is what this editorial is coming out with. This editorial is saying that, like, here is the debate that was started in the Constituent Assembly itself. Okay, अब Constituent Assembly में debate क्या हुई? Power of the president के ऊपर. And same provisions were also be applicated in case of governor as well. That was the point. Supreme Court in Shamsher Singh versus State of Punjab case mentioned about the statement made by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar made some of the statements regarding the president, and later that conversation ended in this way: the same principles apply to the governors as well. Now let's look into the statement made by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar regarding the powers of the president. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is saying that President of United States is not bound to accept any advice to him by any of his secretaries. Secretaries US के अंदर होते हैं, इंडिया के अंदर ministers हो जाते हैं. Okay, so in United States, if the president decides anything, he can definitely go ahead with that, and he is not bound by any of the advice rendered to him by his secretaries. But in India's case, the President of India will be generally bound by advice of the ministers. Whatever ministers are advising, President have to work according to that. Then he says that the President of United States can dismiss any secretary at any time. However, the President of India has no power to do so as long as the minister commands a majority in parliament. जब तक majority रहेगी parliament में, President of India cannot dismiss a particular minister. If the dismissal is required, it will come only with the advice of Prime Minister or the cabinet. बिना उसके नहीं कर सकते यहाँ पे. Then I mentioned that the same principles apply to the governor as well. So it was decided by the Constituent Assembly itself that the governor is just going to remain a titular head. एक nominal head की तरह काम करेंगे governor साहब. उनको ज़्यादा हिलना डुलना नहीं है. They have to work as per the advice of the Council of Minister. That's the point, and that's why they are saying the withdrawal of pleasure is just a misconception. It is not going to produce any result at all. ये सिर्फ बातें हैं. Okay, on ground it cannot bring any change. if any decision is required, it has to be there only with the advice of chief minister or the council of minister. This is what we need to keep in our mind. That's the debate that has been settled till now. ये debate आज की डेट में settled है. So majorly the governor साहब, he has to improve, he has to look into this, and he is just the titular head. That's the point here. This is the final end of the debate. Okay. So let's move to the next editorial. Next editorial is regarding the NSS, that is National Security Strategy of United States. Okay, so US has come out with another document which is basically outlining the thought process of the Biden administration, how Biden administration thinks and what Biden administration will be doing. So you will get some insight about it. इस चीज के बारे में आपको थोड़ा बहुत मालूम पता लगता है यहाँ से. Okay, so here we need to be focused about this NSS. हमारा तो कोई NSS आता नहीं, नेशनल सिक्योरिटी यू कैन से स्ट्रेटेजिक डॉक्यूमेंट, बट डेफिनेटली यूएस इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट कंट्रीज इन द वर्ल्ड, सो वी हैव टू बी वेरी फोकस्ड ऑन वट एवर स्टेटमेंट्स दैट दे आर मेकिंग. So here the NSS of United States, which is basically outlining the vision of Biden administration, it is saying that US will here again work towards gaining the leadership in the world. So right now at present the debate was started that has US lost the relevance. क्या US वाकई अपना relevance खो चुका है? US withdrew from Afghanistan, 20 साल बाद हार के बाहर निकले थे वो. Okay, so some doubts were raised over ability of United States to give leadership to the world. That's the point here. So here this document is saying that we are going to take back our leadership. We will improve in different areas, specifically with the network of alliances. They are working to have partnerships. Okay, and they have decided that they have to counter China, they have to compete with China in different areas. China is a major strategic competitor for United States, and again they will be focusing on Russia as well, because earlier it was stated that US has completely moved away from Russia, US was just focusing on China, but after this Russia-Ukraine crisis, the focus is again back on Russia. Simultaneously US will be dealing with China as well. Now alone US cannot take on two, so that's why they will be interested in having alliances and with countries like India, and India will have a major role in that. That's the gain for us. Okay, so this document is portraying basically the agenda of Biden administration, and Biden administration will be focusing on different challenges that are there in international sphere. They will be dealing with climate change, food insecurity, pandemics, terrorism, energy shortage, inflation. Okay, so they are saying that US will play important role in all these areas. US will not go into passivity. Now that's again a really important thing here. This term is important because if you just observe the era of Trump, when Trump was the president of United States, it was said that US was moving towards passivity, that US doesn't want to play active role in the global, you can say, spheres, but here US is saying that it will work for climate change, food insecurity, pandemic, terrorism, energy shortage as well as inflation. Then they also says that they will be focusing on space security and governance. These are also areas that will be focused by United States. Okay, alone US cannot do it. Already there is a debate going on whether there should be militarization of space or not. क्या space का militarization होना चाहिए? Okay, because different countries they are developing the capabilities to target the satellites. एक दूसरे की सैटेलाइट गिराने का प्लान सब लोग कर रहे हैं. एवरीवन इज बिल्डिंग द कैपेसिटी. इंडिया आल्सो बिल्ड द कैपेसिटी. वी कैरिड आउट, यू कैन से, मिशन शक्ति. ओके, हमने भी एक टेस्ट किया था, एंटी सैटेलाइट, यू कैन से, लॉन्च व्हीकल था वो, एंड वी टारगेटेड अ सैटेलाइट विच वाज अ डोरमेंट सैटेलाइट. So this is how countries are developing their abilities, and the concern regarding the militarization of space has also grown. उसको लेके क्या होगा? We have to wait. Then US is also saying that they will be moving forward towards invest, building and modernizing the system. Even it is regarding the investing in US economy, modernizing the US armed forces, modernizing the overall scenario in United States, they will be focusing on that. Simultaneously, they will also invest in infrastructure, specifically critical infrastructure, power, cyberspace, okay, microchips, semiconductors. उन चीजों में भी यूएस इन्वेस्ट करेगा. Why that investment is important? Because at present the world is relying on China. पूरी दुनिया चाइना के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है, and US wants to move away from that. That's the really good strategy, and this is not the first time US is trying to do something like that. Already you must have come across a term called decoupling of economy. आप एक चीज आपने सुनी होगी जिसको बोलते हैं decoupling. Okay, that countries are now deciding to move away from China. Whatever equation that they used to have with China regarding the economic trade and all, they are moving away from that. Okay, वो अपने आप को चाइना से दूर कर रहे हैं. They want to reduce their dependence on China because China is not a trustable partner. That's the point here, and this is what US will be working upon. Okay, then they have to compete with China. They are going to, you can say, tackle China in different ways. Okay, and in that case US has come out with the clarity on the Taiwan policy, that okay, anything being done by China to change the situation in Taiwan, there will be an action from United States. So they are clear about it, and they are clear about one more thing, that US have to develop collective capacity, that it is not just the ability of United States which can stop China. US has to work upon providing capacity building to other countries as well, specifically the like minded countries like India. तो बाकी like minded countries की भी उनको help करनी पड़ेगी, and India is definitely one of them. Okay, so India की भी help उनको करनी पड़ेगी, मतलब that's the point here, and without that you can say US cannot tackle China. So सबके साथ मिलके कुछ करेंगे तो शायद हो जाएगा, otherwise it will be difficult. Then definitely they are, you can say, focused on India, that India is an important partner, like as a bilateral and multilateral partner in the Indo-Pacific. Okay, and like India definitely has this status of largest democracy and is a major defense partner here. Okay, that's the point here. Now India looks to diversify, and we are also working upon our indigenizing the defense equipments. Okay, defense industries को हम इंडिजिनाइज करना चाहते हैं. We want to develop the domestic capacity. So US may help us out in that. This is what the overall design of United States. Okay, US will be focusing on regional partnerships such as Quad and the I2U2. This is how US is thinking, and this will be their, you can say, outlook for couple of years. That's the point here. So it's a good thing for us that India is going to remain an important partner in this particular sphere. So let's move to the next. You can say news is related to superstition, because okay, so why was Mia Mausoleum sealed? So you can read it on your own. Okay, अब चलते हैं आगे, and here we will be taking up this particular debate. Are there anti-superstition law in India? So the point is this: even after 75 years of independence, we are debating about superstition. So you can really think about the scientific temper in this country. आप खुद ब खुद अंदाजा लगा सकते हो कि इंडिया के अंदर कितना scientific temper है. Okay, that's the point here. So here it is important that we should be focusing about it. Now ये डिबेट है कि आपने फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज भी बनाई, स्टिल पीपल आर इन दिस सुपरस्टिशन एक्टिविटीज. So recently there was one incident in Kerala where 2 individuals were killed, and it was a human sacrifice. Okay, human sacrifice का मामला था, and this is not the first time it is happening. As per the NCRB data, like there are different instances related to witchcraft which led to the killings of 68 people in this country. Now this is quite common in the village areas, specifically in the backward areas, where they will declare a woman as a witch, and the whole society, whole community is going to target that woman. This is what happens, and this shows there is absolute lack of scientific temper in the society, that we have not been able to provide the adequate quality education to the people. वो चीज हम अभी तक नहीं करवा पाए हैं. Okay, that's the point here. This is what we need to understand. So here this is the explainer for this, that what's the equation of superstition in this country. Now you need to understand, like we don't have a nationwide legislation regarding this particular topic. Few states are having their own arrangement. अलग अलग states के अंदर अलग अलग laws हैं. Okay, some states might not be having this law related to this witchcraft or anti superstition system. Pan India, there is no law as such. That's the point here, and that's the drawback that we have. So this is the high time that we need to have a Pan India law. एक Pan India law हमें जरूर लेके आना चाहिए यहाँ पे. Okay, that's the point here. Now the thing is this: you may be understanding this thing, that we do have IPC, ठीक है, IPC हमारे पास available होगा, but there is a major flaw in IPC that you cannot hold multiple individuals liable for this, because if there is a witchcraft, the whole society is responsible for that. 1-2 people are not responsible for this, okay, the whole village is responsible for this. So you need to have a law where you can charge multiple individuals, maybe 100, maybe 200, maybe 500, सब लोगों को उसमें चार्ज शीट में नाम मेंशन करने के लिए you need a law. That's the point here. So we do have CRPC arrangement, we do have IPC arrangement, but specific section to deal with this witchcraft or anti superstition activity is not available. वो चीज हमारे पास available नहीं है. That's why we are demanding that we need to have a holistic law to deal with this issue. Different states are having their own arrangements. So here we have Bihar. Okay, Bihar was the first state to enact a law to prevent witchcraft, ठीक है जी, and it passed Prevention of Witch Drain Practice Act, which came into existence in 1999. Jharkhand also had a law, okay, and it has this provision of jailing a person for 3 months as well as a fine of 1,000 rupees. Now, like 1,000 rupee fine is quite less. Either these laws have to be updated. इन चीज़ों को update करना पड़ेगा, okay. So other point is this: Maharashtra also has a law that was passed in 2013, and it says that Maharashtra Prevention and Eradication of Human Sacrifice and Other Inhuman, Evil and Aghori Practices Black Magic Act, which is a relatively more holistic one. So these laws are available to you. If you want to frame a national law, definitely we can take some insights from these laws, and we can study whether these laws were effective or not. वाकई हम ये स्टडी करके ये चीज़ लगा सकते हैं, okay, you can easily find out, it is doable. So that's the point here, and this is how the debate is about. चलिए, so we'll move to the next part. Next news is related to the dolphin returns to the Ganges. गंगा में dolphin वापस आ गई है, and primarily the credit has been given to the Namami Gange program. Okay, so the government have been investing in cleaning the Ganga. There are some facts that are associated with this. So government of UP is saying that they have completed 23 projects under the program started in 2014, okay, and state has stopped nearly flow of more than 460 million liters of sewage into the river. So early 460 million liters of sewage used to enter in Ganga without treatment. Here they have established a system, sewage treatment plant and other things, so that they can improve the water quality, and this is the outcome. So it's a really good thing, because presence of Ganges dolphin, it shows that the water quality is improving. It is a reliable indicator about the health of entire river ecosystem. So काफी अच्छी चीज है ये, okay. There are some other informations related to this particular point. So these Ganges dolphin, they are not just confined to Ganga only. Basically they are also found in Ganga, Brahmaputra, Meghna system that we have, as well as in Karanfuli Sangu river of Nepal, okay. So ये इन सब जगहों पे ये मिलती हैं. So it means that these Ganges dolphins are not endemic to India. They are found in other parts as well. Now it only survives in the fresh water, okay. It is not a sea dolphin. It survives only in fresh water and is essentially blind. That's the point here. Normally क्या होता है, नेट में फंस जाती है ये, okay. It cannot see. So here with the effort of the government, there is a revival of, you can say, Ganga, as well as this indicator is really, you can say, freshing news. काफी अच्छी news है ये, okay. That's the point here. And Ganges dolphin, they were declared as national aquatic animal in 2009, okay. These species are protected under Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act, and IUCN status, if you talk about, they are declared to be endangered, okay. So these are the relevant information that you will be knowing, that you will be keeping with you, and it is important for your prelims exam. तो ये आज के newspaper में ही आया है. I'll come to that. I'll show you where it is located, on which page it is, okay. So that's the point here. It is all political news, सिर्फ political news चल रही है. We won't be focusing on that. आगे चलते हैं. So here again elections are to be conducted, okay. So I guess on this page there was this news related to this: dolphins return to Ganga in UP, okay. So यहाँ पे ये news आपके सामने है, ठीक है जी. So we'll move to next, and on international page as well there is this news, okay. So Lula da Silva or Bolsonaro. Now I got the news, Lula da Silva, he won the election. Bolsonaro is out. Okay, Bolsonaro is out. It was a close election, very close, tightly fought election, and Mr. Da Silva, he won the election. Okay, so session start करने से पहले ये news आ गई थी, and the Hindu में definitely it is not published. So this is the current news that you have here. Okay, so he won the election, and it's a really good thing. It's a really good thing that Brazil is going for a change. Okay, that's the point here, and majorly reason is this, that Bolsonaro was not able to handle this corona crisis in Brazil. That led to the, you can say, negative popularity of the person, and he lost the election now. So this is what we have, you can say, in today's newspaper. Other than that, yes, there was this news, stampede in South Korea. Okay, so other than that there is nothing much, कुछ खास नहीं यहाँ पे. So that was the news. Okay, so 153 people then again lost their life. See, when you talk about stampede, how to deal with stampede, stampede को deal करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए. Okay, so definitely there are few points that you can understand, you can Google it. So there are NDMA guidelines, National Disaster Management Authority. It comes out with the guidelines how to handle the crowd. That crowd handling is really critical to manage this stampede thing. You can avoid this stampede thing if you are proactive, if your administration is proactive. So here you can definitely refer to the NDMA guidelines. The government did came out with these guidelines in 2016 because India is also facing this crowd management issue. There were multiple incidents in the past. One incident was related to more than 200 people being killed when they were going for a temple visit in Madhya Pradesh. Temple visit पे जा रहे थे, 200 लोग मर गए due to stampede. There was this incident of stampede on Elphinstone Road in Mumbai. In Mumbai, that's a local station, Elphinstone Road. वहाँ पे there was a stampede and people died on the bridge itself. This is how things happen. There was one stampede on the railway platform in UP while conducting the Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela करवाते time पे platform पे stampede हो गया. Okay, these things do happen, and the point is this: already NDMA guidelines are available. But the sad point is this: our administration, they don't comply to those guidelines. So it is really important that whatever instruction has been given, we should definitely follow that. उन सारी instructions को हमें follow करना चाहिए. Okay, because without that you cannot avoid these type of incidents. So it is important we should learn from it. So that's it for the day then. Thank you very much. This is what we have in today's session.